Tonight I am making a taco casserole, and I'm going to make 3 at one time so I can stick the other 2 in the freezer for later on so I don't have to make it again. So right now I just have 14 ounces of ground moose cooking, and I just added some pepper and some garlic salt to it. I would have added taco seasoning, but Chris is allergic to it, so we usually go without that. So what I have here, I could not find my 8x8 baking dish. I have no idea where it's at. So I'm just going to cut my tortillas to fit this pan. But I also have 2 8x8, just the foil ones. Those are the ones I'm going to be sticking in the freezer. So I'm just going to assemble this one and show you guys this one. And then I'll show you a little video of the 2 freezer ones once I get them in Ziplocs and stuff. So I have 2 cans of no-fat traditional refried beans. Each can is 7 points, and I'm going to use both cans in all 3 of these. And then I have my reduced fat cheese. I'm probably going to use about a half of a cup in each one. So the cheese for each dish will be 4 points. And then these are my tortillas. They're Smart Delicious tortillas, high fiber, low carb. I got these at Costco. It came in a 20 pack, I think. Yep, 20 count. And they are 2 points for 1 tortilla. So I'm going to use a couple of those. I might use maybe 2 or 3 tortillas. I'm not sure yet. I make this different every time. So, and I usually add olives to it, but 4 olives is 1 point. So I think I'm just going to leave the olives out. And then I got my light sour cream. 2 tablespoons is 1 point. I might use maybe a 1/4 of a cup, so I'll try to put like 2 tablespoons on each layer. And then I have some onion over here. So I'm just going to finish cooking my ground moose. And the first layer I'm going to put in here, oh, I did coat this with cooking spray, because if you put the tortilla on the very, very bottom, even with cooking spray, it gets really burnt to the pan, and you can't get it out. So I always put like a tablespoon of sour cream on the bottom after I grease the pan, and then for some reason that seems to help it so it doesn't stick. So I'm going to put a tablespoon of sour cream in there and finish my moose meat, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have 1½ tortillas here in this funny looking baking dish. I just cut them in half, and I stuck one in there like that, and then the other one like that, and then I just put one at the end there. That's how it fits. So these ones I'll just be able to set one right inside there perfectly fine. So to this I'm going to add maybe about half of a cup of the beans. So let me do that and I'll show you real quick. Okay, so I have put the refried beans on top and spread it out, and then I put a couple spoonfuls of the moose meat in there, and then a 1/4 of a cup of cheese. So I'm going to put another layer of tortillas, and then I'm going to put some sour cream and the refried beans and cheese on top of that. I'm not going to put more moose meat on this after. So I will do that, and I'll show you what it looks like in just a minute. So this is my end product of my taco casserole we are eating tonight. I did throw on some tomatoes. So after my second layer of the tortilla, excuse me, I put 3 tablespoons of sour cream. I put about another 1/4 of a cup or so of the refried beans. And then I put some of my onion and some tomato, and then a 1/4 of a cup of cheese. So total points for the tortillas I used was 6 points. I used 3. I used a 1/2 of a cup of cheese, which is 4 points. I used about 2/3 of the can of beans, so I'm saying that's 6 points. I used 4 tablespoons of sour cream, and that is 2 points. And I think that's all. So this whole thing is 19 points. If you divide it up into 4 servings, which are big servings, then it is going to be 4.75 points, or round up to 5. So that with some broccoli or some steamed spinach is a pretty good dinner. So I'm going to finish my other 2 over there, and then I'll show you a quick picture at the end. Have a good night. Okay, so here are my 2 casseroles I'm going to stick in the freezer that I made. this is what it looked like. It looked just like the other one. I only had to use 2 tortillas for this one. But this is how I packaged them. I put a piece of plastic wrap down over the top of this and kind of sunk it in, just so it doesn't get freezer burnt. And then I put a piece of foil around it and then put it in a Ziploc. And so when you bake it, make sure that you take that piece of plastic off first. And then on here I wrote, you can't really see it, but I wrote bake at 350 for 35 to 45 minutes. It might take a little bit longer since it is frozen. I'm baking mine right now at 350 for 25 minutes. So, and then the total amount of points for this one is 17 because I didn't have to use an extra tortilla. And then it is 4.25 points per serving, so you can round up and say 5 or round down and say 4. So, hope you guys like this video and have a good night. I'll talk to you later.